Welcome back to our REST API video course. Our final goal in this course is to set up a web interface in order to handle a custom contract document type that has been configured in Nuxeo Studio. So far, we've launched a first call and used a header to retrieve custom schemas. Now another challenge comes to mind. Contracts are going to be rich and complex objects. We need to keep the number of calls optimized while being able to retrieve all the appropriate elements for a given situation. So how can we make that happen? Providing an answer to this dilemma is the Content Enrichers role. In the first example, my goal is to build a custom interface. In order to show the appropriate elements, I will need to know what permissions the user has on each document retrieved. So I will set up my document call using the path endpoint as seen before, and add a content enricher by setting its ID in the xnxenrichers.document header. In this case, I will require the permissions enricher. And here we are. The user's permissions are now available in the context parameter zone of the server's response. Now, if I wanted to view all permissions set on this document, and not only the ones granted to the current user, I could either replace the permissions enricher with the ACLS enricher or add it on top of the previous one by using a comma-separated list. I'll go for that second solution. We now have a much more complete object, and still with a single call. My contracts are also going to hold an attachment, and enrichers could provide added value in this situation too. Letting my users take a quick look at it would definitely save them a lot of time. Every time you upload a file into the Nuxeo platform, it will be processed automatically. An Office file will get a thumbnail and a preview URL. A video would receive a storyboard and be converted asynchronously in formats and quality options you decide on. This time, I will add two different enrichers to my call, the thumbnail and preview enrichers. Doing so will return two URLs in addition to the server's response, where I can get the attachment's thumbnail and its computed preview in HTML format. As you can see, content enrichers are another granularity option offered by the Nuxeo Platform's REST API that you can add to your call using a header. Content enrichers are extremely useful in that they allow you to insert any kind of data coming from the platform into your call's response on demand. We will illustrate that point by using two different enrichers, this time on a portfolio holding some of my contracts. The children and the breadcrumb enrichers share the fact they retrieve properties from other documents. Take a look at the response. The breadcrumb enricher lets us build a navigation breadcrumb easily by giving us all the parent documents, while the children enricher gives us the documents stored in a container. The most interesting possibility is that enrichers can be used on any kind of resource, like users for instance. More exist, and you can contribute your own fairly easily too. Adding an enricher simply consists of adding a Java class and declaring it through XML configuration. Take a look at our documentation if you want to see all of them and start building your own.